Thank you. How about our incredible mothers? One more time for them.
Woo!
You know, it's really cool to see where this industry has come from and all the, lumps it's taken over the years to get to where it is today. But Chelsea and I are really excited to talk to you guys about where this industry is headed. And to do that, we're going to talk about the earnings and the opportunity. It's important to know that earnings are not typical, and it's also important to know how to talk about the income in a professional way. So there's some great resources in your ISO Life Success Plan, and we're done here today. Please check those out. Now, I'm going to pass it here to Chelsea in just a second. But first, I want to lay some numbers on you guys. I'm a huge numbers guy. So I'm going to break down the latest and greatest research on network marketers for you. They did a nationwide study on all the network marketers, and they found some really interesting stuff. It was a direct 50-50 split right down the middle. Every network marketer fell into one of two categories. You see, they're either really good looking or really smart. I'll let you guys decide which one she is, and I'll take whatever's left.
Thank you, Tyler. How are you guys doing today? NYKO is by far my favorite event. It was actually my first event 7 years ago. And I love the piece that our moms just did because it really lets you know where this industry came from and where it's going. It builds your belief, doesn't it? Yeah. And what Tyler and I are going to speak about today is really about, in a cluttered environment, in an economy that has lots of options, why network marketing is still the very best option out there. And before I go into that, I have a question for you guys. You know, we go to work to build our belief in this industry. And what you heard right now is really building your belief. But despite that, how many of you are still a little nervous when you tell people you joined a network marketing company? Yeah? You're too shy to raise your hands? I know it's more of you. I have a secret for you. Despite growing up in a household with a rock-solid belief in this industry, I was still a little nervous to share with people when I was graduating college that I was going to be a professional network marketer. See, people have a lot of ego when it comes to this industry, don't they? They were like, why are you going to do one of those things? As Tyler said, all my friends were asking me, you're so smart, you're so beautiful. Why are you going to do one of those things? And I had one answer for them. And that was, you do not have to be in a bad place to know that this is a really good idea. Yeah. See, I was graduating from Babson College, the #1 school in the world for entrepreneurship, and I knew that the opportunity to create a leveraged and residual income at 21, 22 years old, there was no other place for me with no money and no real idea to start a business, could create real, true wealth for myself. And so I got to work. And see, in this industry, we have to master skills. We have to go to work to master the skills. This picture was taken just about 2 months after I graduated, writing out the compensation plan as we all go to work to really start mastering the basics. I went to events. I got to every single event. No one had to ask me to show up to an event. No one had to beg me to be here because I knew if this is where the millionaires were going to be, that's where I had to be, right? Yeah. And I got really comfortable being super uncomfortable. Guys, there's a lot of you in this room right now. And I used to have a giant fear of public speaking. But you start pushing yourself and you get really uncomfortable. And by doing that, by mastering the skills, by showing up when no one was asking me to, but doing it because it was what was right for my business, by getting uncomfortable, I was able to, just last year at 24 years old, let go of my lease and move to Bali, Indonesia, which was my dream. I was able to build a community of friends all over the world. I was able to go to Australia for our celebration over there. And if you haven't been there, the gala is a lot of fun. I was able to win the top achievers trip to Hawaii and make friends with some of the top income earners in this company. I was able to spend my summer in Europe and meet some incredible people. Yeah, I was able to go and spend my time home, my summer with my family, quality time with my family. Just 24, guys. And now at 25 years old, I get to gift that forward to people. And see, it's so important to understand that this economy is changing, and we don't live in the world that we used to. You know, I don't know if raise your hand if you know somebody who's participated in one of these companies. I think every single one of us knows that. We've changed the way in which we earn an income. We've changed the way in which we shop. And you can take a look at the ISO Life Success Plan and take more after this and look more into all those numbers. The way in which we shop has changed, right? The influencer economy is incredible now. I know Tyler would agree with me that we don't shop the same way we used to. I mean, I don't go to a mall anymore. I don't even Google stuff. I find influencers that I happen to like their style, and I go to their Instagram page and find out their link, and that's how I ended up with my dress today, right? That's how we do it because we know we wanted to purchase from people that we like, we know, and we trust. We know that we want to be able to earn our income on our own time, that we wanted to be able to do it, in a way that we could control, and we want to be able to earn extra on the side. But see, guys, the question is no longer, should I join one of those things? It's which one of those things should I join? And you need to understand that network marketing is still the best option out there, even with blogging, even with Uber, even with all the other options. And the reason for that is the difference between financial success and financial freedom. So you need to get really clear with yourself if you have a side hustle or if you have a second job, because there's a difference. There is. See, a side job, financial success is incredible. And a lot of you out here have it and are achieving it. A lot of you are striving for it. But financial success is tied to your time. It's when you earn more income than you need, which is incredible. But financial success is income that's no longer tied to your time. Financial freedom, is income that's no longer tied to your time. So to be able to completely free yourself and live a life that is beyond measure. And I've been so blessed to live that life this past year. And I'm going to pass it off to Tyler here, where he's going to explain, because he crushes explaining financial freedom.
Good job, Chelsea. So when it comes to talking about wealth and income and financial success, I don't think there's anybody better to learn from than Grandpa Warren Buffett. And he said it best. He said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And what he means by that is if you don't find a way to get your time independent of your income, like Chelsea said, you're going to have to trade your time for money in a traditional job right up until the end. The old way of doing things is gone. And what he's talking about is residual income. And here's a great graph that shows the difference between linear and residual. And most of us, we really only think in linear terms, but it's a change of mindset to think this way. The green line depicts linear income. You trade your time for money. And you can see as the time you put in goes up, so does your income. The problem is there's only so many hours in the day. So your income is capped at a certain level. And most importantly, if your work goes to zero for whatever reason, you get sick, you want to travel, you want to do whatever, your work goes to zero, your income goes to zero. So it's a limited model. In residual income, you invest a lot of time and energy up front. You don't see a lot of financial reward. But over time, the growth can be exponential. The income can be unlimited, uncapped. And most importantly, if you cut back on your efforts, it's possible that income stream might actually grow without you. A perfect example of residual income is J.K. Rowling. I love Harry Potter. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and she did an incredible job writing those books. But she was dead broke when she wrote those books. She had nothing to her name. She had no pennies to rub together. But over time, things started to catch, and that growth has clearly been exponential. And now her family will probably not have to work for generations to come because of that asset she's built. The problem is most of us, the only taste of residual income we ever get is our 401k. We subscribe to the 40-40-40 plan where we work 40 hours per week for 40 years and retire on 40% of our income, which was never enough in the first place. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was graduating college, starting my career, that scared me. I wasn't excited about that. It didn't feel right. But what was I supposed to do? I was a young guy. I didn't have a lot of skills. I definitely didn't have J.K. Rowling's writing ability, and I didn't have Warren Buffett's cash to invest. So how do I create residual income? And that's when I found network marketing. And that's why I believe that our financial opportunity is our best product, bar none. In network marketing, I was able to get in for a few $100s and learn the skills along the way while I earned an income. And you do that by monetizing a network. You distribute a product through your social network. You make a lot of friends, make relationships, and you share the products with them, share the compensation plan with them. It's not easy, but it's very simple. It's very duplicatable. Now, network marketing is no different than any other stream of residual income. In the beginning in network marketing, you will do a lot of things that you don't get paid for. But in the end, you'll be getting paid for a lot of things you're not doing. And that is the key here, and that is why you need to stick with it, follow the systems, and build your asset. Now, our moms talked a little bit about how not every company is created equal, and I just want to drive this point home for you guys that you're in the right place here. There's no better partner for long-term residual income. There's no better partner for a legacy company. Clearly, we're here with our moms. So I just want to make sure you guys know that when you want to build a stream of income while you sleep, Isagenix is the place to be.
Woo!
Now, when I was introduced to Isogenics, I was not open to this opportunity at all. Unlike Chelsea, I did not grow up thinking I wanted to be a professional network marketer. I thought in linear terms, and I followed the traditional path. I went to school, got good grades, and got a job as a civil engineer. And I used the products throughout school as an athlete, but I just never even saw this as an opportunity. I really did think it was just a little side hustle for stay-at-home moms. And when I got started in that cubicle on the right there, I really had a funny feeling in my gut. Everybody was doing this. I was supposedly doing the right thing. All my peers were doing it. But I was very less than excited about what the next 40 years looked like. It was a long, dark tunnel without a light at the end for me, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And as the days and the weeks went on, that feeling really proved to be true. I was bored to death in that cubicle every day. I didn't have any passion for what I was doing, and I really felt constrained. I felt like I didn't have choices and options in my life. And I looked at a lot of different ways to get out of that situation. And again, didn't see network marketing as an opportunity until I came to a New Year's kickoff, and my mom finally convinced me to come. And when I came, I saw that it was much bigger than I ever thought. I saw that, network marketing was a huge business opportunity, and I saw that Isogenics was making a huge impact, and I wanted to be part of that. And I saw the START movement, and I saw that there was a place for me here, and I was all in. I was so hungry for a change that when I saw what was possible here, I was all in. And over the course of a year and a half, I worked and I did the do, and I plugged into the systems in place. And after a year and a half, I was able to step away from my engineering job and say I'm going to go be a professional network marketer full time. And the lifestyle that's provided has been incredible. Family trips here in Nashville at Celebration, and my girlfriend Zoe, who's built an incredible business of her own, were able to pick up and go to Europe for a month this year. And Isogenics sent us on an all-expenses-paid cruise last spring, which was incredible. And I got to spend my summer in the place I love on the lake with the people that I love. And I wouldn't trade that for the world. But just like Chelsea said, what I'm most excited about is not just the lifestyle I'm able to live, but now I can help my friends live this lifestyle with me in my generation, because I know that I'm not the only millennial that has a funny feeling in their gut about the 40-40-40 plan.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The truth is that I could not be more excited about what the future holds, because it's so exciting to do this for yourself, to be able to create this, but it's way more exciting to do it with friends, to do it with family. But it's not all just about the Instagram pictures. It's not all just about the flights and the trips, but it's also about what this financial freedom can do for the world. What it means when you have the ability to give back to the communities that are important to you, to be able to start foundations that matter to you, to be able to start companies, other companies that you might be excited about, that the world's been waiting for you to create. And most importantly, it's about being able to spend time with your loved ones that not everyone gets the opportunity to do. And I know Tyler has an incredible story about this.
Yeah, as great as the lifestyle is, I was never really attracted to all the flashy things. What I really wanted in my life was time freedom. And there's a great quote by Benjamin Franklin that really drives this home for me. And he said, "Do you love life? If so, then do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of." And I had some great role models for that growing up. My parents understood that. And a picture on the left there is after one of my high school football games years ago. And I played a lot of sports growing up, and my parents never missed a game. They were there for everything because they understood this. They understood being there for those moments. And the picture on the right is my big, happy family, and the gentleman in the front in the yellow is my grandfather. And a few years ago, he lost a long, hard battle with cancer. And my dad, because of the asset my mom had built with Isogenics, my dad could step away from his corporate job and be with his dad every step of the way in that last year, every doctor's appointment right up until the very end. And that is the value of what we have here, guys. It's not about the lifestyle. And you might be comfortable where you're at now.
Yeah.
You might be comfortable where you're at now. You might feel like you don't need to be crazy successful with Isogenics. You have a good job. This is just a little thing you're doing. But in everybody's life comes a moment when you need more freedom of choice. You need more time. You need more options. And if we're not proactive now about building that, you're going to be very disappointed when that time comes and you can't, do what my dad did and step away like that. So I encourage all of you, even if you're not in that place of hunger now, find out what that why is for you, like Emily said, and get really hungry about it, because we all need this. At some point in our life, we need these choices. We need this time freedom, and there's nothing that offers it better than network marketing.
Yeah. Oh, goosebumps. Absolutely goosebumps. I love Tyler's story, and every single time I hear it, it gives me goosebumps because it's really what it's all about. Guys, I hope that you are fired up. You heard from our moms about where this industry was. They told you where it's going. You now know that there might be a cluttered environment of other opportunities, but this is the right opportunity at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.